Good afternoon, guys, or good morning, or wherever the hell you are in the world. I don't know. This is the first time that I'm doing a YouTube video. First time ever. And it's only fitting that the first time I'm doing it, I'm interviewing two very special guys to me. They're special in what they are pursuing and doing, are special to me in the sense that they are the first two pure sprint athletes. And they're still with us and they're excelling leaps and bounds. I'm sure you know who they are, you've seen them on the social channels, and they're taking their sport by storm. So please join me in welcoming the wonderful, the amazing Bhavish and Lokesh. Alright, boom. So, what we're talking about, this YouTube thing is all about, I want everyone to recognize who you guys are. Because this is going to be something that you can use when you're captain of India, you're taking wickets for India, playing in front of massive stadiums. I want people to recognize who you are, where you come from, and ultimately who you were at the start of our journey. Yeah? With the relaxed hair, no muscle,
relaxed hair.
Could barely do 3 push-ups. 3 push-ups. When you look back at the video, you know you have no right, no God-given right to be the guys that sit in front of this camera here today. None whatsoever. Am I lying?
Right.
Alright, so.
Unfortunately, you are right.
Very good. Alright, so we're going to start it with just introduce yourself. I've already introduced you, we've got Bhavish and Loki here. But I want you guys to introduce yourself. Bhavish, tell your fans, loyal followers, many wives to come. Tell them who you are, what you play, and what your aspirations are.
Alright, my name is Bhavish Lalchandani. I am 18 and I'm a cricketer, I'm a batsman, top order. And what I dream to become is to represent my country, India, at the highest level. So yeah, that's all about me at the moment.
That's our Bhavish, huh? That's our Bhavish. Modest. That's his big guns talk, mate. That's the sixes talk. And Lokesh.
My name's Lokesh. I also want to play for India, and the only reason we compete is to be the best. There's no point of competing if you don't want to be the best. So that's what we're here to do. That's why we've been Coach Rock over 3 years running.
Alright, so first question I'm going to get into. Tell them who you were when you first started. Tell them what you was like. When the first, we didn't start training at the same time, I think. You were playing, who came to the beach first? You came to the beach first, then you came next, then they teamed up together. So, what were your initial thoughts when we first started training?
This is hard, this is pointless, there's no bat in my hand. Why are you running up and down? And how's running a straight line on a piece of sand gonna help me hit bigger sixes, score more runs? So that was my first impressions. But you know, mom brought me there, and from that day, it changed a lot in my life. Yeah.
That's a good one, because your mother was extremely influential into who you are today. Without her, I don't think we would have seen too much of you as regular as we did. So, big shout out to mum right there.
Yeah.
All right, Lokesh.
Yes.
You came the next session afterwards.
The next session. So yeah, he had a little bit of a head start, but when I came, my first impressions were, how is doing so little making me so tired? Like, things were very basic, very simple, at least to the naked eye, but then slowly we understood so much more went into it. And that obviously took a lot of time, a lot of understanding as well, more than anything.
So with the training being pointless, you don't understand what you're doing, how running up and down going to help you perform in your sport, what made you keep on coming? We're already giving mum the shout out. Mum is one of the major reasons why. But for you, what was one of the biggest things that made you say, all right, no, I'm coming back.
So the first month went in understanding how the training is, what is the training, how does just running straight benefit me. So by the first month, I started getting leaner, fitter, I got good attention from everyone else as well, the other gender as well. So that was also one that was a normal reason. But then later on, the second month, third month, my score started going up. I started wanting to bat more for more overs, and then I was clearing my boundaries more than 15 meters as well. So at the age of like 15, 16, I was hitting 80-meter sixes. So I was like, how is this possible? I'm not lifting no weights. I'm just running up and down and just stretching. So that's when 3 push-ups were coming in, just 3, and I was clearing 75, 80-meter boundaries. So that's what kept coming me back to coach, because the results were something I didn't expect.
Lovely, same for you.
Yeah, what kept me coming back was the whole, we would never do anything without knowing what we were doing. Coach made sure we knew what benefit we would have from doing X, Y, Z. So there was an explanation behind everything. It wasn't just sheep thinking like, do this, do that, follow what he's saying. There was always a reason behind everything. And then once we could understand that, that kept me coming back, because I could apply that to not only my game, but like to everything else. How I approach certain things, how I engage with people, this, that, how I carried myself out in life. That really helped us out there as well. So results more than just on the field, so that really kept me coming back.
You saw the results in his hair, right? Alright, so you touched on a good point there. Babbage, I remember when we first did a session down at the track. We used to be at a track until we started getting too good and there was too much attention on us, and another company were threatened by us. We're threatened by 3 people, and you've got an army of kids. Anyway, I won't get into that. That's a story for another day. Comment below if you want to hear about it. I'll talk all about it, no problem. I don't mind calling people out. But that same day, we was on the track, and I said, right, show me how many push-ups you can do. So he did his push-ups. It's quite embarrassing. Do you remember your number?
Yeah. Let's not disclose that.
Yeah, I'll give you a clue. It was under 5. So I knew one of the first things that I had to fix with you was your overall strength. That was something that was glaringly obvious, and we had to get it done in an efficient manner. So there's a way in which I can call out numbers and get it done, but that wouldn't have benefited you. That would have made you more stiff, and I'm completely against that as a training principle. But I couldn't just give you a set of numbers for you to complete and for your progress to be hindered. So we staged it. So the same thing was with Loki. My gosh. Do you want to tell them about your push-ups? Not your push-ups, your
It's not a whole number.
Let's say your posture, your biggest problem that we had to fix straight away. This was probably, besides one other athlete, it's probably the biggest problem I've had to fix in my entire time coaching. Tell the guys what you think.
When I started, my back was a complete mess, and I almost looked like a question mark if I'm being serious. Yeah, it was completely messed up. My posture, the way I walked around, and that's on a normal day. Like if something was up, something was bothering me, it'd probably get even worse. I'd probably cave in even more. After playing a game, if I'm stiff, I'd look even stiffer. Everything was really, really exaggerated. Like,
he's not joking, it was in a really bad way. So how I got to meet you guys before the training even started, I'd met your mother. I can train her boys. One of her boys has a really bad back problem, and they're thinking about doing surgery. Mum never told me that, so I'm kind of letting the cat out of the bag a little bit. But the parents were thinking about doing the surgery, and I said, no, let me see him. When I saw you, you didn't look too bad, to be honest. I mean, you look like a kid who just plays video games a little bit too much. You couldn't move at the hip, you just moved from your thoracic spine, and it was really bad. So that was like the biggest challenge for me at the time of coaching. Could I fix that? Yeah, and he told you, push-up game, it wasn't a whole number.
if you round it up, maybe.
Next point is, so we've gone through how you found the training at first, what kept you coming. What is it about the strength work we did, or the work we did as a whole, where you start to see the results in your sport, in cricket?
At the very start, I myself could pinpoint weakness everywhere. Like every single word. But we focused on the overall body. It wasn't like targeting specific muscle groups or anything. It was overall strength throughout everywhere. We made sure there was no weakness anywhere. We tried to get everywhere as strong to build that foundation. I think that's what was really important, because that's where we built as well. And as soon as we got that foundation, the foundation that he wanted us to get, then it was just a smooth step transitioning into our sport. We could do everything easily. No injuries, nothing. We could throw the ball further, we could hit the ball further, we could bowl for days. There's no injury, no niggles, everything was just smooth.
Alright, so the stretching. So basically, in regards to me being a bit more thicker than him, so that helped me a bit. So getting basically blood flow through my muscles, that helped me relax, that helped me understand my body more better. Because if I could feel any issues here going on here, then I could be like, okay, let me step back today and make a smart move and not do something stupid and injure myself. Because that's what most athletes do. They want to go hard every day, every session, just proving what basically. You don't win anything in sessions. You win when you're on the field, playing for your team, playing for all bigger dreams. So that's when you prove yourself. Not in training. Training is where you take all what you take from training and put it in your performance. So the stretching helped me stay loose, stay free, understand my body well, and it was just basic knowledge, whether it's stretch my hamstrings, stretch my lower back, all these simple issues that you see physios bringing out, different type of rulers, these equipments, trying to make a living off it by complicating it to us normal athletes that just want to perform in our sport. So it was just the basic stretching that we focused on. Where coach really helped me out was trying to take me aside and just tell me what problems I needed to fix. It was not how in different academies where, all right, we're doing this stretch a day for everyone. I'm different to him, even if we share the same blood. So that's how coach really focused on each and every student in his academy. So that's how stretching helped me out. And then in the therapy, basically we did therapy every week. So people go to therapy just to fix something. We did, so it doesn't get to that point. We did it for maintenance work. We did it so it doesn't come to a point where we have to meet Rob just so we can get something fixed. We meet him, so that never ever happen. So we're always 100% on the field, 100% while training, so we get everything from training and become better. So that's why I think therapy and stretching helped me a lot.
Two great points there, stretching and therapy. The first ever time we did therapy, they cried by the way. Now, Logan didn't cry first time, Logan cried second time, David cried one time.
Yeah.
Do you remember what we had to loosen off first time? It's the same thing we still deal with today. It's his shoulders. Shoulders incredibly stiff, so stiff. We spent a lot of time loosening off his shoulders and making sure he has a lot of freedom there so he can actually start to express what he naturally has. So all we're trying to do is accentuate what the athlete has in them already. So he made a great point in terms of the stretching also. Do you remember the day that it all changed? As Loki refers to it, watermelon day.
Yeah.
He wore a watermelon shirt. So I got to a point, I'll tell you from my perspective what I was looking at. I was looking at athletes who have been training at this point now for I think 3 months. 3 months they've been training for, and you guys, while you were fitter, while you were stronger, while there were attributes about you that had definitely improved, your flexibility was missing. And if you don't have enough flexibility, I can see where the injuries are going to start to show themselves. So that day, everything went out the window. That entire week became about stretching. From our sessions at the field, from our sessions at the beach. It was all about stretching. By the end of that week, your flexibility was there. And then you started to show progress in terms of your movement. Tell them about that. Tell them about what the type of work we do, why sprinting helps you guys. From your strength positions, from your postural positions, all those kind of things.
We play cricket. The most we have to run is probably 22 yards around the field. We don't have to run all the time. It's not high intensity running. That's why people question, why do you guys sprint so much? Well, there's a lot more to it, obviously, than you guys see on the videos of just performing. It's about the right positions. There's obviously a lot of background work put into all of our runs. before our runs, we drill, we have stretches, everything leading up to those runs. And if you just hold those right positions, you can gain an incredible amount of strength from it. Like, we barely run any distance. We run 60 meters, 50 meters, sometimes even just 30. And the strength we get from it it's incredible. Really. No complaints from anyone, no complaints from us, no complaints from our coaches. And all we do is sprint.
Tell me about it. What do you tell your cricket coaches when they want to give you a strength program?
Well, I tell them this has been working for me, just sprinting up and down with proper technique, proper form, and I've been doing well for you, whichever team I play for, whichever academy, and if you've got a problem with that, they sort out their issues, I sort out my issues, and I move on. But obviously, just sprinting, we're not sprinters. Like me and Loki, we play cricket. We love our game. We love the game. We love it to the core. We don't like sprinting, but maybe in a session we'll do 4 sprints in season, 4 sprints maximum. That's coach being harsh. 4 sprints, and he's run track his whole life. So, but leading up to those 4 sprints, there's drills, as he said. There's stretches. There's different areas we hit. We make sure we do circuits involving the shoulders, the hips, the glutes, anything in regards of just 4 sprints. And until now, me and Loki are the fastest guys in our school. Just because of 4 sprints. Yeah.
Where do you live?
Yeah, I live in Dubai.
And the fastest where?
Dubai.
In Dubai. Fastest in anyone else faster or stronger than you or fitter than you can outperform any fitness test when you go to the international camps. Can anyone challenge you? Be honest, tell them the truth. This is the time for you guys to tell the people like where you're at now, but more importantly, where you come from. Yeah, so if anyone in any of your international camps, can they hold a light to you in terms of your physical strength?
No.
In terms of your speed?
No.
In terms of your endurance?
No.
I'm so modest. But I know this is going to be the case because I prepped them well, given them a great foundation, and they're only going to be able to build much more on top of what is already a solid foundation. Now, again, going back to when we started, we did a lot of technical work, a lot of drill-based work, a lot of what you would call track focus work, speed focus work. That was then, people used to look at you and question you, like, well, why are you doing all this track work? You're not sprinters, like you just said, you're not sprinters, you play cricket. Who cares? Why do you guys do it? Fast forward to today, what do you see a lot of people doing?
A lot of the stuff they were
Track work.
questioning before.
Yeah, track work.
Lots of track.
A lot of it, right?
Yeah.
Our foundation has always been the same. I've not changed my tune. I've listened to a lot of people. I've read a lot of journals. I'm constantly studying. I've known this from day zero that when you guys get these things right, just the basic holding of position, every step you take, you will get stronger. Take it from there. Take that premise, elaborate a little bit more for your fans, elaborate a little bit more what that means.
Every step will get stronger. So basically that means every step you're with coach will get stronger. So he makes sure that you're hitting the right positions. He makes sure that he has an eye on you. He makes sure that literally every step is each second. So I'm spending 2 hours, maybe no, close, just about 1 hour and 30 minutes with coach. So just imagine how many steps I'm taking and how strong I'm getting each step, how much I'm taking from coach. So that when that translated into our sport, we were like just running in a straight line, just having hit an 80-meter 6 after facing 50 balls. So such a simple concept just made us stronger. Running in good positions, make sure we stretch well, make sure our therapy is taken care of. Just these three part aspects of our training just helped me become a better cricketer.
I love it. What about your body weight per step with the momentum?
Yeah, it's all about positioning. And if, thanks to coach, we have the discipline to hold those positions, so every step we take, that's 2 times, or not, if not even more, our body weight hitting the ground. You see people at the gym doing hip work all day, hip thrusts, I don't know, whatever they call it. They're in the gym 2 hours, 3 hours, doing reps after reps, and they can't match us with strength, and all we do is sprint. That's because of everything that's behind sprinting, every step you take, that's 2 times your body weight. And 2 times your body weight in the right positions.
And we yet to have our own BCA drink as well, you know. Right?
That's right. These guys don't lie. They while they sound cheeky, treated a great word, cheeky to those that do certain things, this requires a lot of discipline, it requires a lot of focus, and it requires a particular mindset. That's why we don't train everyone. Those that want to improve and improve for the long term come to train with us. So these guys are a shining example of what is to come should you have the correct mindset. So share a little bit with the guys about what it is that makes you tick. I'm a big believer in why. Why do people do things? Why? I have to ask questions. So for you guys, what is it that makes you tick?
Well, it's the passion for our sport. If it wasn't for cricket, the desire to be able to represent your own country where you're born from, there's no greater pride in that. Imagine being on the ground, have to make sure 1.5 billion people, let alone in the country, have to go to sleep a winner. And for that makes me come back every time to coach, so I can make that dream come true. That passion, that hunger, it doesn't die out. It's been here for the last 3 years, it'll be here for another many more years to come.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what makes us tick. Our love for this sport, for this game. For us, it's bigger than a sport, and for over 1.5 billion people, it's the same way. So when we step into the field, we step into the field thinking that one day we're going to be representing those 1.5 billion people, and that's a lot of responsibility. That's why we don't slack off or anything, because any lack of commitment is an insult to almost everyone who believes in us.
That's not pressure. I don't know what is. But you see, pressure makes people, it makes character, it builds character, it drives you to want to be the person that you're on the road to becoming. Without pressure, without obstacle, without sacrifice, well, you've seen a lot of people out on the street, man. You've seen a lot of people with no ambition. You want to be like them? You're going to be like these guys here. I'm trying my very best to be diplomatic, respectful, and everything else. I try, guys. When you know me, when these guys know me, you know how we talk. We talk the truth. But leave these guys with a few closing remarks. What would you say to your younger self? What would you say to the younger athletes that look onto you guys and they say, oh my God, I want to be as fast as Loki, I want to be as powerful as Babish, I want to reach the heights that these guys have reached. And they're just starting today. What do you say to these guys?
It's obviously really great to have that dream, that vision, and be able to picture it, but the important thing is you have to trust the process. And even more important that you have to trust coach. You have to give everything time, and you can't rush anything. We didn't get here by rushing anything. We took our time, we understood everything, got the whys and anything. That's how we got to where we are now. And that's a big thing for kids coming up these days. It's very easy for kids to get excited, caught up in the hype, but it's important to step back a bit and really see where you are, and actually if you have what it takes to be where you want to be.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I mean, if you can give 6 hours to school every day and just be the same guy again, I'm sure you can give 2 hours to coach and improve day by day by day by day by day. Yeah.
You have it, guys. That's our first episode. Yeah, you've seen the Loki series. It's Loki. This is the Loki series as well. 6 episodes strong. Like, trust me, you're gonna get a lot more information out of these guys. So, if you have any questions for them, drop it in the comments below. Like, share, comment, like, share, comment, click the bell. So yeah, if you've got any questions for them, like, send it through. They're super guys. They're incredibly humble. They're so knowledgeable. Put it to them. Ask them the questions. If there's anything you'd like to see more of, again, put it down there. So that's us. This is Coach Rob. This is Lokesh. This is Babish. We're Pure Sprint. We are the best. If you don't know already, come and see us. Check out our social handles: IG, Instagram. That's the same thing. Facebook. The other ones. Check them all out. They're all there. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Our magic man behind the camera is going to fix it all up.
Yep.
So that's us. Here we go. Peace, guys. Catch you next time.